The guitar community really needs to support Guitar Center right now. It looks like it's too late to save Sam Ash Music. There's talk about them closing all their stores by the end of the year. Guitar Center has the same problems, most of the same problems. Really, it has more problems because nobody really thinks of Sam Ash as having went corporate and treated their employees badly or treated their customers badly. But I don't think it's an overstatement to say that people think of Guitar Center as having sold a corporate finance at some point. I don't care if that's true or not. I care about the future. And I want to keep having a Guitar Center in my town. And I think Guitar Center wants to keep having a Guitar Center in my town. And I'll tell you why I think that is. They got this new CEO, and he's been saying some of the things that we've been saying. And they're taking action. I saw these guys put up a video where they found a Guitar Center store where they're testing some things. They are unlocking the guitars. They have this big pedal station where you can go and try all the pedals, which is a really great idea, especially when it was an awesome idea 20 years ago when there was that Boss kiosk in the middle of the Guitar Center and you could try every Boss pedal and sit there forever and really just know what they all did by ear. Oh man, that was awesome. Guitar Center used to be so... There was no YouTube back then, and I didn't really read magazines, so there was really no way for me to know what all these pedals did without trying them out. And that was the better way. That was better than having YouTubers showing everybody. And I just kept plugging in to different pedals, turning different pedals on and off until I found one that didn't sound harsh. And it was the Boss Blues Driver pedal, that beautiful blue pedal. Now everyone seems to love it. All the YouTubers talk about it, but I thought that I discovered it back then. But with all this hopeful news about Guitar Center, here is the tragedy. I can just imagine an army of YouTube commenters just poo-pooing this. And it's already started. The Tom Morello guy, he's, and you get, I see small YouTubers making videos about, guitars, see, this is how they're not serious and blah, 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 and just trying to pick it apart. And shut up, dude. Let's give them a chance. Let's let them try to fix it, okay? Even if it's not 100% right, even if it's only 50% right, even if half the stuff they're saying is like dead wrong, dude, let them do it so they can do the good half and then learn to fix the other half. Instead of just thinking they're too cool for Guitar Center, spreading the assumption that all of this is fake, they're corporate liars, they just want more of your money, they don't take care of their guitars, when you buy a new guitar at Guitar Center, it's already a used guitar, all these tropes. Well, here's a small YouTuber who's gonna take the opposite stance. We need to give Guitar Center a chance, and we need to help them stay alive. I never stopped going to Guitar Center, and I never stopped loving Guitar Center. Even when it became a hollow shell of the Guitar Center that I came up in, I think everyone has forgotten why we used to love Guitar Center. There was a time when the only music shop in any given town, most towns, that had a guitar in stock that looked like the guitar in our head when we said, I want to learn how to play the guitar, was Guitar Center. They were the only ones who had the guitar that was actually in our head. Before Guitar Center, in most towns, the local music shop was not a Fender dealer, they were not a Gibson dealer, they were not a Martin dealer. They had several guitars on the wall, none of them you'd ever heard of. They were good. They made sure that they stocked good stuff, and there's a difference between the entry-level guitars you would get at a legitimate mom-and-pop music shop and the stuff that you would get on like Amazon now or Sears or Kmart back in the day. But I was there, and I can tell you, it wasn't the same. It didn't make you want to go back to that shop and hang out and see what else they had and build community. Write that word down, community. I love Guitar Center because you can just walk in there and play guitars and not buy anything. Every day you can do it, and no one will bother you, and there will be other people doing it too. And I don't want you to think that this is just about access to guitars to try out. There's a much bigger benefit that we're losing. And once it's gone, it's gone. Guitar Center was a hub of community, and it still is. For instance, the people who work there are definitely 100% not doing it for the money. There's a better way to make money if you're a hustler, and there's an easier way to make money if you're a slacker. So they are there because they are our people. I cannot stress this community element enough. People are freaking lonely. You're probably lonely. We don't even know how to like get together and be people anymore. It's just a weird world, and it changed really fast. My mission, the only mission for this entire channel, is to cure loneliness in our civilization by teaching people to make music that makes people happy in public. They say that 5 million people picked up the guitar during the pandemic, right? My goal is to get half of those people, right? That would be awesome if we get half of those people to not quit, and instead to progress from being bedroom hobbyist guitar players to musicians who make music in public somewhere, somehow. I'm not talking about professional music. I'm not talking about gigging or even busking. All that's great. Do it if you can. I just want you playing. I just want music to be happening for the people who will hear it and feel less lonely. It will help. It will solve a lot of problems, and it's easy and it's fun. I'm talking about park benches, campfires, the beach, the mall, everywhere. Guitar Center is a place where you can make music in public. It's kind of a safe place because you're surrounded by people who are also trying to be musicians, and we're all rooting for you. It's a great little incubator to get accustomed to playing when there's other people who can hear me. You got to get past that hump, and Guitar Center is a place where you can help do that. I was shooting a video in the Guitar Center, and this guy came up and just started talking to me about the guitar that I was playing while I was taking the video, and I was just riffing with him because this is great. I mean, I'm all about talking to people. By the end of it, we had a little jam session with him and this other guy who was just walking around. I'll put a link to the video in the description in case you think I'm lying, but that happens. You make friends at the Guitar Center, and I want there to keep being a Guitar Center because I don't make guitar friends walking through the park. I don't make guitar friends at Starbucks. Now, of course, Guitar Center is not what it used to be. Of course, the guitars hang on the wall for a long time. They get played. Of course, the employees are stressed out and overworked. And of course, it's lame to lock up most of the guitars that someone like me would actually want to play. But even in these many dark years, which I hope are over, Guitar Center has not been irrelevant in my town. It's all we have. There's 2 other music shops. One of them has several guitars on the wall that it would be a brand that you've never heard of. And the other one is literally never open. 3 days a week, I work 2 doors down from this music shop. And like for a long time, every single day, I would just stroll down to see if they were open. No lights, locked doors, nothing. I actually have this theory that the whole business is a front for some guy to just write off his guitar collection on his taxes. If Guitar Center closes up the way the Sam Ashes are about to close up, then we won't have anything. Here's another thing. In my town, Guitar Center is the used guitar exchange. I go in there like once a week just to keep track with their used inventory. I still like to visit, and I still like to meet people there. I buy strings, I buy picks, I buy whatever it makes sense to buy there to keep them going. And I still am able to find a guitar now and then that I'm interested in trying out. Try this out, okay? Get over yourself. Forgive Guitar Center for its past sins, right? And give them the benefit of the doubt. Let them fail. If you think they're just faking it and they're gonna fail, let them fail. Let them do it. Let them do it with our support. And then your condemnation will be just. But even if it's just a little chance, a tiny chance, that they're serious and they're gonna turn it around and we're gonna have a better Guitar Center than we've ever had, let that be a possibility. You'll stop that from happening the way you're approaching this. And I would just beg you to not do that, okay? So let's support Guitar Center this year. Let's really help them turn it around. And if this time next year, we'll give it a year. This time next year, let's revisit it. We'll look at what they did, what's going on. And if it was all just a PR stunt, and if it was just a scheme to get a little more of our money, and if it was just talky talk that they don't even care, then okay. I'll still support the Guitar Center because it's still better than nothing, and I still rather have it than not have it, and the guys at my local Guitar Center are still my friends, and I'm not gonna give up. If our whole culture dies when there are no more music shops except Sweetwater, and then Sweetwater gets bought by Amazon, and then We just have chips in our brains that tell us what to buy next. I will have gone down fighting that to the last day. Will you help me fight that?